Okay, so you should be seeing my smart chat window here. So I'm going to be demoing Ryan's updates, like you just mentioned. So there are two things going to be demoing today. The first is comes from a request from Pierre, I believe, and that was the ability to type into the chat window while your previous chat is still being executed or is still being finished. So previously we prevented anyone from typing until that message was complete. So if I want to say something like, give me the top ML use cases in like healthcare or something like that. And then before this finishes, this is going to type out a list, kind of like the one you're already seeing. Um, I'll type something, a follow-up question that I already know I want to ask, like, which of these use cases involves computer vision, right? And so while that's going, I can do this. And I don't believe I can send the message yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan, but we can at least type it out and have it ready. So there's not this kind of downtime in the user experience where you're basically like blocked from doing the next thing you want to do, even though you know you want to do it. And then I can go ahead and hit that right away. So that kind of um, keeps us or from blocking the user from doing exactly what they want to do. Yeah, it just improves that user experience. Okay, and then the second one here, which I believe comes from Stephen, which was rooted in the kind of footnotes or the citations, right? So the view that we're used to seeing for citations looks something like this. So every single sentence that there is in the response has a footnote associated with it, even if it's like a filler sentence, right? Like sometimes in the beginning it'll say like, here's the list you just asked for, colon, right? And there's the footnote after it or something like that, which is not something that anyone would ever want to cite. Um, so that, and then the other part of it is now that we have Markdown, it's a little bit tricky to apply citations or footnotes to that as well. So essentially what we're doing is when you're in Markdown format, we no longer show those citations, but there's this button down here at the bottom that says view sources. Um, and what that's actually doing is allows us to still get sources for the entire chat bubble rather than for individual sentences. And so on the front, you can just kind of click that. And then on the back end, it's handled in a certain way. This was one of my updates that I'll actually segue over to Ryan in a second, and he can explain what's going on in the back end. But from the front end perspective, when you switch views, you're now also switching between the type of footnote you're going to get, whether it's at the sentence level or at the chat bubble level.
Yeah, Connor, you nailed it. I mean, it's just really hard to put those citations or the footnotes in Markdown. So this is our best effort at it right now. And Connor, I think if you click it, it should open the panel.
Yep, yeah, it'll open it here. It's all
Cool.
hooked up. There's still some stuff to do on the back end to actually make these accurate. Those updates aren't even in staging yet. I'm still working on that. So you probably won't see anything as useful from these kind of situations just yet. But yeah, coming soon.